start the practice in child's pose, or if that doesn't seem appealing, any other sitting position that you're going to be comfortable in for a couple of minutes. If you're coming into child's pose, let's bring the knees wide and then bring the body down between the legs, encouraging the sit bones down towards the heels and resting the head on the hands or on the ground. And arms can be up above or down by your sides, whatever feels like it's going to be most comfortable for you. So settle yourself into a comfortable position. Notice the sounds of the room and the world around you. And then zone in from there into your body. And start to scan through your body, noticing how you feel today, noticing any areas of vulnerability, and acknowledging those, and promising to yourself that you will practice carefully, mindfully. And then just notice what thoughts are preoccupying you, to-do lists, worries, excitements. So package up those thoughts, promise to come back to them later, but put them to one side for now. And then look inside yourself to find your breath. Notice the wave of breath coming in and out. And let your consciousness sit on that wave, bobbing up and down on the inhale and exhale. And now, keeping this internal focus, press yourself back up to kneeling. And we're going to come into tabletop position, so the hands are roughly under the shoulders, knees roughly under the hips. And we'll start just taking the body weight backwards and forwards over the hands, so we're just warming the wrists up. Encouraging some stretch through the forearms, wrists, palms of the hands. And you can rock side to side here as well. We'll make circles. And then we'll walk the hands round so the fingertips are facing towards the knees. And start to sit the bottom back towards the heels. And as you sit back, let the palms peel off the mat, the stretch coming through the wrists and palms into the fingers. And if you've been working hard on the computer or using the phone a lot, you're going to feel this one. Come back up, walk the hands round, and we'll start to think about warming the spine. So just have a little wiggle through the back in whatever way feels comfortable. And we're going to move through all the ranges of movement of the spine, so that's flexion, extension, sideways movements and rotation. So let's start by pressing through the hands, doming the back and coming into cat pose with the head hanging heavy down towards the mat. So really pressing through the arms, lifting up out of the shoulders, drawing the back up towards the ceiling and tucking the tailbone underneath you. Breathe here into the back. And let yourself soften now through the seat bones and low back, reaching the seat bones up towards the ceiling, the low back coming back to its natural curve, and then waving that extension movement up through the spine, between the shoulder blades, Let the neck extend and the gaze come in front of you. And again, breathing here. And now rippling the movement back into cat pose, so tucking the chin, lowering the head, pressing through the arms to dome the upper back, and let that movement ripple down through to the low back and finally through to the pelvis, tucking the seat bones underneath you. So keeping this dome of cat pose, walk the hands round to the left side of the mat and start sitting back on the heels, reaching away with the right hand. So you're looking for space through the right side of the body. And once you've found that space, breathe into it. And then press back up. Hands coming round to the left side of the mat, sitting back down again on the heels, reaching away with the left fingertips, finding space through the left side of the body now, and breathing into the space you've made. Press back up, bring the hands to centre. And now we're going to thread the right hand behind the left, bringing the right cheek down to the mat. Let the back of the left hand press down into the floor and encourage your left shoulder back. And then you can inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Option here to bend the left elbow, reaching the hand behind you. Fingertips find the top of the right thigh. On your next inhale, extend the fingertips up to the ceiling, and then on the exhale, bring the hand down, press yourself back up. And the right hand now bearing your weight as you bring the left hand behind, left cheek down to the mat. Back of the left hand pressing down into the floor. Inhale the right arm up, draw the right shoulder back. And an option to bend the elbow, reaching the hand behind you down towards the top of the left thigh. Next inhale, reach the hand up. Exhale, bring the hand down, press yourself back up into tabletop. And now sit back down on the heels, give the wrists a shake if you need it, and then bring the hands behind you, coming onto the fingertips or onto the knuckles. Just ease your body back, see how that feels. Look for openness across the chest, broaden across the collarbones, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Soften through the low back. Pressing back up and into tabletop. I'm going to start the work on the hips. Squeezing the right thigh in towards you. Exhale into this movement and then inhale as the leg comes behind you. Keeping the back still. Exhale the knee into the chest. Squeezing the hip flexors. Inhale the leg behind you, working on the muscles of the buttock, trying to keep the spine and pelvis fairly neutral. Exhale, squeeze the thigh in. Inhale, draw the leg back. Exhale, squeeze the thigh in and hold it here as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale the leg back. Hold it here as you exhale. Inhale. And now exhale the knee down. And as you inhale, you bring it out to the side this time. Again, trying to keep the back flat. Exhale down. Inhale up, a small amount of movement available here, so you're not going to go very far. Exhale down. Inhale up. Hold the leg up here. And now lower down onto this left forearm. So you're giving yourself more space. Because the next thing I'm going to do is press through the left knee and try and open the pelvis out to the right. And then come back down halfway. And again, press and rotate. Come back down halfway. Press and open up. And then draw the knee all the way down and come back onto both hands. Bring that right leg out to the side now, keeping it straight. Turn the toes up towards the ceiling. So we're rotating through the leg into the hip. So hold the position there as you take a deep inhale, exhale, and then we're coming the other way, drawing the toes down into the floor, lifting the heel up, and again holding this position as you take a round of breath. Inhale, exhale, and then come back down, bring the knees in, and we'll work on the other side. So I'll just swivel so you can see me. Inhale to prepare. Exhale that left thigh, squeeze it into the chest. Inhale, draw the leg behind you, keeping the knee bent, working the back of the thigh and the buttock. Exhale, thigh squeezes into chest. Inhale, the leg comes behind, keeping the back flat. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, the leg comes back. Exhale, thigh comes to chest and keep it there for the inhale. Exhale. And then inhale the leg back, keeping it there. The exhale. Inhale. And exhale the knee down. Inhale, bring it out to the side. Again, keeping the pelvis level, just working the hip. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And now hold the knee up as you drop down onto the right forearm. Press through the right knee and start to open the pelvis up to the left. Drop down halfway and open up. You should feel this on the outside of the right hip. Come down halfway, press and open, and then come all the way down, knee to the mat, hands down to the mat, and extend that left leg out to the side. Turn the toes up towards the ceiling, rotating all the way through the leg to the hip. And holding that rotation, take a round of breath here. And then turn the foot the other way, toes down, heel up, reaching towards the front of the room with the heel. And a round of breath here. And then relax that leg, bring it in, sit back down onto your heels, hands behind you. Find that openness through the chest again, broadening across the collarbones, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And now start reaching away with the knees, so you're lengthening through the fronts of the thighs. Really press the knees away so that the bottom lifts just a little off your heels. Your low back should feel relaxed, no compression in the low back. And then come back onto all fours. Tuck the toes and bring the feet a little bit wider, feet and knees a little bit wider. So you're going to sink the bottom back towards the heels and hover the knees if you can. So you need a good firm contact through the hands up through the arms, hovering the knees. And then from here we're going to press through the legs, bringing the body forwards into a high plank. So adjust your stance as you need to. And then sit back down onto the heels, hovering the knees. And we're going to work through a few of these in your own time, starting to power up the muscles around the hips and really get some blood flow going. So pressing forwards, exhale back, inhale forwards, exhale back. Just a few more. And then bring the seat bones back to the heels, knees are still hovering, although you can take a rest here if you want to. And start to press through the toes, lifting the seat bones up, keeping the knees bent as the chest comes towards the thighs. So you're coming into this version of down dog with bent knees. So the focus here is on pressing through the arms, pressing the mat away, drawing the chest to the thighs, lifting the bottom up towards the ceiling. And now ease yourself into that padding position of walking the dog. So one heel down and then the next. Just softening through the legs now. Doing what feels good to stretch through the calves and ankles. Now we're going to take the right foot behind the left, come onto the toes of that right foot and curtsy, so you're bending the knees, turning the body to look underneath the right arm, getting a stretch through the right side of the body. And press back and swap the feet, curtsy, back onto the left foot, rotate to look under the left arm. Back to your down dog. Find the down dog position that works for you now. We'll just hold this for a few breaths. Pressing through the hands into the mat. Lifting the shoulders. Drawing the seat bones up. And now we'll walk the feet towards the hands, keeping the knees bent, trying to keep the hands on the mat as long as possible. And then come into this forward fold with the chest against the thighs, knees are bent. Let the head dangle and relax, let the arms now dangle into this rag doll forward fold. And just enjoy that stretch through the spine, decompressing the back. And start pressing through the feet. Slowly unfolding, making your way to standing. And imagine as you come up that the arms are weightless. So let them float up above your head. Follow with your gaze. You're gazing up at your outstretched arms. Bring the palms together. Inhale here. And as you exhale, draw the hands down through the midline, coming to rest at the heart center.